The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day, but honestly, the weather outside is completely irrelevant because the climate inside my brain is a Category 5 hurricane of pure, unadulterated drama. We have so much ground to cover, and my sanity is hanging by a little thread. So, let us just dive right into the absolute madness right now. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing. I am literally shaking. Wait. We need to talk about this now because I cannot even process the absolute cinematic mayhem that just unfolded on my screen. I am genuinely unwell. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what just happened. And if I do not get this out of my system immediately, I am going to spontaneously combust. We are not just watching this show anymore. We are invested. We are trapped in the narrative. And I am personally victimized by the writers right now. Let me just set the scene for you because I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when this happened. Literally had to yeet my phone across the room because my brain could not comprehend the visual information it was receiving. I was just sitting there trying to have some quiet time for my own self-care when boom, we are thrown into the most sinister and chaotic timeline that is possible. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. Okay, wait. Backtrack for a second. I missed a step. We need to talk about the absolute dingy, disgusting, fluorescent-lit nightmare that is Nick Newman's motel room. The aesthetic choices here are straight up offensive to my eyeballs. The flickering neon sign outside the window, the peeling wallpaper that looks like it has witnessed a century of bad decisions, and don't even get me started on the vibes. It is giving major horror movie realness, and I am genuinely terrified. However, since what transpired in that room has officially altered my brain chemistry forever, the set design is honestly the least of our issues right now. So, Nick wakes up, a former golden boy, the man who is supposed to be the moral compass of the Newman family, is waking up in this absolute dump after a drug-fueled bender with his neighbor Marie and Bestie B for real. Right now. We all knew this was going to end badly. However, nothing, and I do mean nothing, could have prepared me for this scene's sheer terror. Nick rolls over, his brain probably feeling like a scrambled egg, and he looks at Marie. And you guys, she is not moving. I'm literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about it. Marie is unconscious. She is straight up unresponsive. And then the camera does this slow, agonizing zoom, and we see it. Her mouth is foaming up. Foaming at the mouth. I screamed. I legitimately screamed out loud in my living room. She is completely devoid of any signs of life. The lighting in the room is casting these sickly green and yellow shadows over her face, making her look like an actual corpse. And Nick's face, oh my god, the sheer unadulterated panic that washes over him is award-worthy. Nick is basically having a full-blown panic attack. And honestly, same. He scrambles for his phone. His hands are shaking so badly he can barely unlock the screen. And he dials 911, which okay, logical first step, right? You see a dead body. You call the authorities. But wait, his brain starts buffering. He is staring at Marie's lifeless body. He is looking at the drugs scattered all over the cheap motel nightstand, and the reality of his situation hits him like a freight train. If the cops come, he is done. He's going to prison. The scandal will destroy the Newman family. Victor will absolutely lose his mind. And worst of all, Matt Clark will have won. Matt Clark's psychological torture will have successfully ruined Nick's life forever. So, what does this absolute mess of a man do? He hangs up. He hangs up the phone on 911. I was screaming at the television, Nick. What are you doing? They are officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done with these people making the worst possible choices. Hold on, oh. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Nick's entire mental state right now is completely shattered. He just had that horrifying fentanyl nightmare where Matt Clark taunted him. And now his reality is literally worse than the nightmare. So, in a state of pure, primal panic, he dials the only person in the world who has always, unconditionally, cleaned up his messes. He calls Sharon. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on. He calls Sharon, and the desperation in his voice is genuinely chilling. He is sobbing. He is hyperventilating. He is begging her to come. And Sharon, bless her deeply traumatized heart, drops everything and flies to that motel like a bat out of hell. I mean, the loyalty is unmatched. But also, girl, run away. Change your number. Flee the state. When Sharon bursts through that motel room door, the energy shifts into pure cinematic chaos. She takes one look at Marie's lifeless body on the bed, one look at Nick, who is practically vibrating out of his skin in the corner. And you can literally see the exact moment Sharon's moral compass completely shatters into a million pieces. She doesn't even hesitate. She doesn't call the cops either. She just goes straight into survival mode. And it is, honestly, so unhinged. They start arguing, but it's this frantic, hushed, panicked whispering because they are terrified someone in the next room is going to hear them. Nick is spiraling, saying his life is over, saying he is going to jail for manslaughter. And Sharon, sweet, maternal, protective Sharon, looks him dead in the eye and says they are not going to let that happen. She tells him that if they call the cops, everything disappears. His freedom, his family, his life. So they have to make Marie disappear instead. I am literally shaking. They decide to cover up a dead body. Bestie, this is not a drill. They are crossing a line that you cannot uncross. They find this massive heavy-duty bag. I don't even know where they got it. Maybe Nick had a tarp in his truck or they ripped the mattress cover off. My brain was too busy exploding to process the logistics. But they basically create a makeshift body bag right there in the middle of the room. The physical toll of this scene is just, it is a lot. Watching Nick and Sharon, these two legacy characters who have survived so much, physically lifting the lifeless body of this woman and shoving her into a bag. It is gruesome, it is dark, and it is straight up psychological horror. They zip it up or tie it up, whatever, and the silence in that room is deafening. The only sound is their ragged breathing and the hum of that stupid neon sign outside. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, let's return to the main event. They have to get the body out of the motel. The level of paranoia is insane. Every time a floorboard creaks, every time a car drives by outside, Nick looks like he is going to have a heart attack. They drag this heavy dead weight out the door, constantly looking over their shoulders, terrified that Matt Clark is lurking in the shadows watching them. Because let's be real, Matt Clark is exactly the kind of creep who would be hiding in the bushes eating popcorn while this happens. They manage to heave Marie's body into the trunk of the car. The sickening thud of the body hitting the metal of the trunk will haunt my nightmares forever. Nick slams the trunk shut and they just stand there for a second panting looking at each other. Like a thick fog, the realization of what they just did hangs in the air. Sharon is now a co-conspirator. She is an accessory after the fact to a drug-related death and the concealment of a corpse. The drive into the woods is a masterclass in tension. The camera angles are all tight claustrophobic inside the car. Nick is gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles are white, his eyes darting to the rearview mirror every 2 seconds. Sharon is staring blankly out the window into the pitch-black night, probably replaying every single life choice that led her to this exact moment. Since they are essentially transporting a dead body into the wilderness, the car's silence is so thick you could cut it with a knife. They find a spot deep in the woods far away from the road, far away from civilization. And then the digging begins. The digging scene, you guys, is going to stay in my memory for the rest of my life. The lighting is just this harsh, cold moonlight filtering through the trees. The only sound is the rhythmic, sickening crunch of the shovel hitting the dirt. Nick is digging like a man possessed. He is sweating. He is crying. His clothes are covered in mud and grime and Sharon is right there with him. She is digging too. Her hands getting blistered, dirt under her fingernails. They are digging a hole so deep it feels like they are trying to dig straight down to hell, which is honestly fitting, because that is exactly where their souls are heading right now. I'm calling it the villain arc is about to go nuclear. You cannot bury a body in the woods and just go back to your normal life. You just can't. Both of them will suffer enormous psychological harm as a result of this. Every time they close their eyes, they're going to see Mariah foaming at the mouth. They will believe that the police have discovered the grave every time they hear a siren. They finally finish the hole and they drag the body bag over to the edge. They push it in and the sound of it hitting the bottom of the grave is just, I cannot even talk about it without feeling sick. They begin to shovel the dirt back in, concealing their transgressions and burying evidence of Nick's absolute lowest point. With every shovel full of dirt, you can see a piece of their humanity just dying. Sharon is fully, completely compromised now.